Welcome back, everyone. Charlie here. Let's get straight into it. HBO and George R.R. Martin just dropped a treasure trove of news about the future of the Game of Thrones universe, and it's a lot to unpack. From sequels we thought were dead to new formats for old stories, here's everything you need to know. The big headline: Game of Thrones sequels are officially in development. For years, fans have speculated, but now it's confirmed. HBO is actively developing multiple Game of Thrones sequel series. This isn't just rumor mill chatter anymore. This comes straight from a major state of the franchise interview with George R.R. Martin himself. Why the sudden green light? Martin has historically been resistant to sequels because his book ending for A Song of Ice and Fire will diverge massively from the show's controversial finale. He doesn't want to further canonize the show's ending. As he put it, "The characters who are alive in my books are going to be dead in the show, and vice versa." He even teased that his original, bloodier ending included deaths for Tyrion. "I don't see a happy ending for him," and Sansa, though Sophie Turner's performance may have saved her character. This divergence is precisely what makes a sequel feasible now. 1. The Jon Snow sequel, back from the dead and getting a rewrite. Remember the rumored Snow series with Kit Harington? It was shelved, but it's now back in active development. The original depressing pitch: Kit Harington himself brought the idea to HBO, mapping out a story about a broken Jon Snow suffering from severe PTSD north of the Wall. This version had Jon living as a hermit, having chased off Ghost, thrown away Longclaw, and spending his days building cabins only to burn them down. Harington reportedly even wanted Jon to die in the end to avoid being a hero. HBO's reaction: they found this concept too much of a bummer. A major bummer. The new direction: HBO has brought on a new writer, Kwok Dung Trang, Drops of God, to completely reboot the concept. The core idea remains, following Jon's life beyond the Wall, but the tone and story will be different. This allows Martin to explore a sequel without revealing the fates of Southern characters from his yet unwritten book ending. 2. The Arya Stark sequel, West of Westeros, and Back to Essos. The other confirmed sequel will follow Arya Stark, Maisie Williams. While her show ending saw her sailing west of Westeros to explore unknown lands, HBO is reportedly pivoting the story to bring her back to Essos relatively early. Why the change? Practicality. Essos is a continent with established lore, familiar locations, and narrative potential. Sailing west indefinitely is a tough show to write. This also allows the story to tap into Arya's history in Braavos and her faceless man training, offering richer storylines and fan service potential. 3. Aegon's Conquest, movie or series. The prequel chronicling Aegon Targaryen's unification of Westeros is also in the works, but HBO is debating the format. The options are a big-budget Dune-style feature film, a traditional limited series. No decision has been made, but the fact that a theatrical film is on the table is a huge shift in strategy for the franchise. The book report, Winds of Winter and Beyond. Yes, he talked about the books. The Winds of Winter, Martin confirmed he is more than 1,000 pages into the manuscript. For context, A Dance with Dragons is about 1,040 pages in manuscript form. He is deep into it, but he cautions this doesn't mean it will be finished this year or next. Do not hold your breath remains the wise mantra. More Dunk and Egg. This is fantastic news for book fans. Martin has finished 2 more Night of the Seven Kingdoms novellas beyond the 3 being adapted now. Furthermore, he has detailed outlines for 10 more stories that he has already shared with the showrunner, Ira Parker. This roadmap takes Dunk and Egg's journey all the way to the tragedy at Summerhall and the birth of Rhaegar Targaryen. The next 2 completed stories are The She-Wolves of Winterfell, a Stark succession crisis, and The Hero, set in the Riverlands. Why this matters: when the original GOT show passed the books, D&D only had a few bullet points from Martin. Now, the Night showrunner has full, detailed outlines. This ensures the show can continue faithfully for many seasons, potentially adapting these 12-plus stories over longer seasons, moving past the current 6-episode format. House of the Dragon, the final stretch, and George's Gripe Season 4 is planned as the final season. Showrunner Ryan Condal is moving back to the US after its completion, signaling no current plans for a Season 5. Martin's complaints. A significant portion of the interview was George R.R. Martin airing his grievances about House of the Dragon Season 2 and planned Season 3 changes. His issues aren't with major character arcs like Rhaenyra or Alicent, but with the omission of several minor book characters he believes create important ripple effects later in the story. He detailed these in a notorious blog post, link in my description below if you want the deep dive. Final thoughts and what's next? A Night of the Seven Kingdoms premieres this weekend. I'll have episode breakdowns for you, so enable those alerts. House of the Dragon Season 3 teaser is out. A full trailer is likely in the next month. The universe is expanding in every direction. Sequels, prequels, movies, and years of planned TV. What do you want to see most? A hopeful Jon Snow adventure, Arya wreaking havoc in Essos, Aegon's conquest on the big screen? Let me know in the comments. Links, my breakdown of George R.R. Martin's House of the Dragon complaints. My Night of the Seven Kingdoms Episode 1 video link will be updated post-premiere. The House of the Dragon Season 3 teaser analysis. Thanks for watching, folks. See you next time. Valor Doharis.